Hello everyone and welcome back to Monday Night Raw. My name is Jitch and this is WWE 12 Unified. I got that the wrong way around. I just realized that. Welcome back to W12 Monday Night Raw. Whoops. Anyway, we got ourselves a hardcore championship match. You guys finally got your votes in and it's happening.
Approaching the ring, the hardcore champion, Vladimir Kozlov.
Well, we got ourselves a one-on-one match between Vladimir Kozlov and Yoshi Tatsu. I can't believe you guys did this to poor little Tatsu. I don't know what he did to you guys, but you wanted to put him through Vladimir Kozlov in the Hardcore Championship, and that's exactly what you've gotten. So, Falls Count Anywhere, Extreme Rules match, title on the line. The poor guy is probably going to get annihilated, but that is what you wished upon him.
And introducing the challenger from Tokyo, Japan, weighing 220 pounds, Yoshi Tatsu.
Kind of got like a week of gold here on the way to Over the Limit, as we're going to be seeing a few championship matches this week, I'd imagine. You know, quite a few are due for defenses. We know now that at Over the Limit there is going to be a World Tag Team Championship match, as well as SmackDown's WWE Tag Team Championship match. Hang on, actually, I've got to think about that for a second. Maybe there isn't. No, there isn't. There's going to be a World Tag Team Championship match tonight, is what I meant to say, because the card for Over the Limit, I think, is going to be full coming out this week, because we've still got to do a contenders match for the Women's Championship tonight. We don't have a contenders match for the Divas Championship yet, but we probably will on SmackDown. Had a contenders match for the tag team titles last week on SmackDown, and we've got 2 world title matches. So that's potentially 2 women's matches, 2 world title matches, and a tag team title match. It's 5 matches. We've got 1 match left to go, and we're going to find out all about the United States Championship situation later on tonight. We've got ourselves a very interesting matchup, as Dolph Ziggler is going to be teaming up with CM Punk to face off against the likes of Ezekiel Jackson and a partner of his choosing. And if they can, sorry, I'm having a bit of a brain fart again. If CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler can win, then Dolph Ziggler will get his rematch at Over the Limit. I find it a little ridiculous that CM Punk went through everything he went through at Extreme Rules, and he's not even going to be at Over the Limit. He should be in the World Heavyweight Championship situation. I have taken the reins a little bit this week on Universe in terms of booking, because I wanted to get the tag titles defended, I wanted to get the hardcore title defended, obviously, but on top of that, it had booked 2 things on this show that I am not going to go with. One was Stone Cold versus DX. That is what it had booked as the main event. It was one of the remarkable matches, as it calls them. That's not going to happen, and I can tell you exactly why if you couldn't already guess. Both Stone Cold and DX are on SmackDown. That's because the tag team titles are still unified in this game. It lets you change the championships and have a tag title on Raw and a tag title on SmackDown, but they are still treated as unified, like the divisions. So when it comes to the tag division, I'm gonna have to book it myself, because it's gonna try and unify them constantly, which is just not okay. We've got a whole year of just like constantly having to change everything to do with the tag titles. It's really disappointing. I don't want to just let them be unified, because I just don't agree with that. We've actually got a lot of tag teams. I won't give you guys a spoiler for like how many are on each brand or what tag teams I've got, but I think the total was 19 when I was going through the tag editor, because I just added CM Punk and Kane as an official tag team, because they have been working together quite a lot. We'll be having an interesting tag team matchup tonight, though, as well, on top of this tag match that I mentioned earlier with Punk and Ziggler. We've also got a tag team title match, as the Celtic Cross are set to defend tonight on Raw. And who are they going to be up against, you may be wondering? Well, it's going to be a debuting tag team. They have heard that there is a highly esteemed tag team coming here to Raw, and they want to be the first in line to beat them. So the Celtic Cross have challenged someone to a tag team title match tonight. We don't know who it is, but as I say, highly esteemed, well-respected tag team. Should be very interesting to see who that is. I believe that match will be next. We'll kick Raw off with 2 tag title matches. I mean, I've got to keep something in between the title matches. And then we've also got a one-on-one battle, as we are going to see Randy Orton once again call out someone. He's been on a roll just lately, and he's going to carry that on. Oh no. Oh, Yoshi Tatsu.
The speed and quickness of Yoshi Tatsu has been incredibly impressive thus far.
Oh no. I think that he calls that the Iron Curtain. But nonetheless, that's a successful Hardcore Championship defense right there. Tough break for Yoshi Tatsu, coming back off of quite a vicious tag title match.
Here is your winner, and still the Hardcore Champion, Vladimir Kozlov.
Tatsu suffered some minor injuries at the hands of the Celtic Cross a few weeks back on ECW, but he's back here tonight for this championship match, and unfortunately that didn't quite go his way. Him and Steamboat may want to stick to the tag titles, maybe not the Hardcore title. Make sure to leave your vote for who you'd like to see challenge Vladimir Kozlov for the Hardcore Championship next. And I'll try to have him defend it once again next Monday, as it's been a while since he's been a more active champion. So we'll have another Hardcore title match the night after Over the Limit next week. Make sure to vote below. Yeah, back here on Raw, as I mentioned earlier, we have got some very proud tag team champions here on Raw. The Celtic Cross, who are the longest reigning World Tag Team Champion. I mean, admittedly, they've only got one team to go up against, the former champions, Tyson Kidd and David Hart Smith, but they are among the longest reigning champions in the series.
The following contest is for the World Tag Team Championship. Approaching the ring, the World Tag Team Champions, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre.
This is day 112 of the Celtic Cross's tag team title reign. As I say, they have been very impressive thus far as a team here on Raw. They have held onto those titles successfully through thick and thin. They have watched as the Raw tag division has shrunk, but apparently now it's thicker than ever. And they are wanting to face the biggest tag team to be signed here on Raw. Who could it be? Okay.
And introducing the challengers,
Well, that's the tag team known as Demolition. That is actually a pretty big signing. Admittedly, they're legends. They may have a little bit of ring rust. But Demolition coming on down to the ring to try and challenge for the World Tag Team Championships. I mean, they don't look a day past whatever age they were in their prime, to be honest, so I think they could be alright. This could be a really tough challenge for the Celtic Cross. What an unusual tag team. They have arrived here on Raw, though. And they are set to compete for the Tag Team Championship. Celtic Cross weren't backing down. They wanted this. They wanted to beat whoever it was that was signed that was the biggest tag team here on Raw, so that they could take away that title and become known as the highest respected, biggest tag team here on Raw once again. No questions left unanswered on who is the better team that way. Gotta respect it for what it is in a way. It could be suicide, it could be a huge mistake, but it could also be a crowning moment for these two. As we know, Drew McIntyre is actually undefeated, which therefore means that the Celtic Cross as a tag team are undefeated.
As we get started, what has to be going on in the mind of Sheamus? Championship on the line.
Really like that matching attire for Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Straight into the corner as the undefeated McIntyre comes into the ring.
Tag team championship at stake. Which team
I believe that's a Demolition Axe. Don't really know Demolition too well, but they are a couple of powerhouses, that's for damn sure. Unashamed of their gimpish tendency. Seriously, they look like they just came from a sex dungeon. Like a juggalo sex dungeon.
Mr. McMahon predicted one day Drew McIntyre would be champion. And within less than 6 months of his arrival, Drew McIntyre won the prestigious
No, he said he would be a world champion, something you still haven't fucking done, you dumbasses. Appreciate greatness when you've got it, you fucking morons. Sorry. I really like Drew McIntyre. Wasting his fucking job. He could be somewhere else actually being a champion, but he's wasting his time with the company. They're wasting him just as hard as they did last time. Fucking idiots. Give him that shitty piece of red. Make him make it relevant. I'll tell you right now, the Celtic Cross are doing exactly what we know them to do. I wasn't quite expecting them to demolish Demolition, but here we are, and here they are doing it. Constantly just one successful tag in, tag out after another. We're seeing exactly why the Celtic Cross are dubbed as the greatest tag team here on Raw. Tell you what, if Raw and SmackDown ever go head to head, I'd want the Celtic Cross representing this brand, that's for sure.
It's so hard to keep Drew McIntyre down.
I don't even know if Smash is going to get tagged in.
The championship hangs in the balance. Not fast enough. Axe.
Axe.
Out here. Axe looks like he's out to demolish and destroy him right now.
Well, he tried to get in for a second there, but Drew McIntyre with a massive belly to belly. I want to make a tag finisher for Celtic Cross. That's like the one thing I think they're missing. Big flatliner.
He's in position, ready to
I want to. That's the next thing I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on like tag finishers for everybody. We got the Future Shock. I think that we're looking at a successful tag title defense without the partner ever being tagged. Oh, I stand corrected. Notice how Drew McIntyre, though, stood completely unafraid at the idea of someone kicking out of the Future Shock. He could have let that shock him. No pun intended again. He could have let that send him back. But instead, he just carried on with the offense. I'll tell you what, Axe is definitely not in the best shape of his life. He's getting annihilated right now. Well, he's finally looking to make the tag to Smash, and Sheamus humored it for a second and then went, nah. Celtic Warrior Sheamus, one of the absolute best here on Raw. He's been in contention for several championships, but as a World Tag Team Champion, we have seen nothing but greatness from this guy. And there's Smash finally finding his way into the ring. That bro kick, I think, would have been enough if it weren't for Smash quickly coming in and breaking up the pin. And Sheamus knows it, hence why he's going for another pin attempt right here, as Smash very quickly gets in once again. Drew McIntyre and Smash could be getting their teams disqualified if they don't get out of the ring.
Nobody wants to lose this opportunity.
Sheamus going for another pin attempt. He's certain that Axe is done and that it's only Smash keeping the Demolition in this match. I mean, to be honest, the Celtic Cross, they've done exactly what they did to Yoshi Tatsu. They have singled out one member of the team and they have beaten the hell out of them. Oh, hang on. Axe is rolling. Got a little something going for him here. And just like that, it's been shut down.
There's the tag.
Not so fast. You see Smash just getting so worked up on the outside as he watches his partner get absolutely annihilated. Right into the corner. Demolition, of course, on the pullback. Oh, big bulldog. This could finally be the moment they've been working towards. Nope, still not going to let it happen. Drew McIntyre. This is unbelievable. Celtic Cross. Going for some kind of a pedigree. Oh, no. Didn't manage to connect. And there's the tag finally made to Smash. And Drew McIntyre's not even going to give him a second to try and compete.
If you haven't done it yet, check out WWE.com. You'll find updates and blogs from all your favorite
Celtic
superstars.
Cross have so much momentum behind them in this. It's insane. I don't think we've seen a team perform this dominantly.
Nice innovative offense there. Could we have new unified tag team champions? Let's see.
We don't have unified tag team champions, so no is the answer to that question.
Oh, look out!
A flawless belly-to-belly suplex.
Sheamus taking a little too long there. Could have cost him big time.
Watch it, watch it.
Demolition. Got him up. Sheamus taking a huge double team move there. I believe that's their finisher, I'd assume.
Axe makes the cover.
And Sheamus was able to kick out of that one all on his own, no problem. No help needed from Drew McIntyre.
His ring attire, his face paint.
And look who's gotten stuck back in the ring with the Celtic Cross now. They played them at their own game.
And now he's back out on the apron. Hey now! And he wills his way out.
I think the Celtic Cross are enjoying this. Smash once again there, lured into the ring to break this up.
Oh, tremendously painful move to the spine.
Oh, vicious neck breaker by McIntyre as he goes for another pin attempt. And Smash once again comes in to break things up. Drew McIntyre holding back Smash. Future shock. Sheamus, I think he was trying to create that opening. Just trying to prevent Smash from breaking up pin attempts. I don't know why Smash is letting his partner get beaten to this point. I would have just let Axe take the pin by now. Poor guy, he's taking so much damage.
Would you look at this? Can you believe it? This is an undying will to succeed.
You know, there's just so much at stake for these teams in this match. A win in this one.
I'll tell you what, even if Demolition somehow do come out with the titles in this one, I don't know how good Axe is going to be in condition to defend those titles, hold on to them.
Vicious shot to the lower back. The tag is made.
Sheamus now coming on in, and it's another German suplex. This is the year of the German suplex after all. Can't wait to see who answers Randy Orton's challenge next as we continue to fill out the Raw roster with some big names. Last time it was Kevin Nash. I can't wait to see who it is this time.
Got the arm up.
Oh gosh, there's no telling how much damage that did. Right on the nose.
Orton hasn't been the same without his legacy, I must say. Swinging neck breaker. Looks like Smash is now going for the old school ground and pound. He's trying to keep some control in this match after losing so much of it.
This is bad. You gotta wonder, Michael, what are the odds that we'll
That
see
was
tag team
amazing.
champions come out of here tonight?
Well, pretty good. If the challengers have anything to say about it. too slow. And Smash gets flattened.
I'll give them credit, they're definitely insistent on putting up more of a fight than I was expecting. I knew they were going to be great, and at first they were starting to look really bad, but Smash seems to be kind of carrying this team all on his own at this point. Not quite.
Smart strategy there.
Oh, Smash caught all of that one. Watch it.
McIntyre always going for them legs.
Sheamus patterns himself after the fear.
Oh, come on, Smash. Enough is enough.
Thus far, this has been a phenomenal championship contest. Who will win?
You really want to drag this out more?
It looks like Smash did
You
just
want to end up making me lose, don't you, dick?
You saw that one coming.
You want to make the Celtic Cross look bad. Tell you what, if they did lose this, they'd look awful.
The championship
They've dominated this match.
contest.
At least I don't have to worry about like saving my reversals to make sure I don't get hit with that finisher. I can just reverse every time.
And the ref sees the tag.
Enough is enough, Smash. Let it go. Your partner's beat, you're beat. Just because you got a finisher.
King, as soon as this match is over, we may need our medical personnel down here to
Sheamus with a clubbing blow to the chest of Smash as he goes for the cover.
2.
And that was enough. The Celtic Cross come out of this one still the tag team champions, and what a statement they just made. They absolutely beat the hell out of Demolition.
Here are your winners, and still World Tag Team Champions, the Celtic Warrior Sheamus and Drew McIntyre.
Their goal tonight was to beat a legendary tag team, and they couldn't have succeeded more. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, the Celtic Cross, are still the tag team champions as Randy Orton calls out another fresh face from Raw next. We are back here on Raw. Randy Orton set for singles competition as he is calling out another new signee on Raw. 2 weeks in a row now, Randy Orton has defeated superstars on Raw. He has defeated the debuting Kevin Nash, and he defeated CM Punk in his most recent match last week. He's feeling good.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 245 pounds, Randy Orton.
Be just a moment, guys. Okay, mail. Perfect timing. Randy Orton's entire entrance was the length it took me to go and get that. Cool, so who's going to accept his challenge? Oh boy.
And his opponent from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 295 pounds,
Well, that is absolutely massive. Brock Lesnar joins Raw. Some people have always said that Raw kind of lacks that A-lister level beast besides Batista. This might just be it. Randy Orton has no idea what he's just signed himself up for, evidently. He wanted this. He wanted someone one-on-one. He wanted a newcomer. Anyone who dared set foot in the ring after what he did to Kevin Nash and CM Punk. That's probably about the biggest, baddest guy he could have faced.
I think I saw two fly out.
Look at the cold gaze of the Viper. What must he be thinking in this match?
Brock Lesnar going to absolutely bring the pain to sorry, my voice is dying now. Bring the pain to Randy Orton if he can help it. Still to come, our main event up next. It's going to be CM Punk teaming up with Dolph Ziggler to face Ezekiel Jackson, a partner of his choosing, to determine who will be competing. If Dolph Ziggler will be competing for the United States Championship. If not, I don't really know what the substitution for that is. I imagine it will be that a replacement will face Jackson for the US Championship at Over the Limit. The title will be on the line, but if Dolph wants that shot, he's got to earn it in the main event.
Brock Lesnar.
The thing is, if McMahon has his way, I don't know who's going to face Jackson for the US title, but I get the feeling they're not going to impose much of a threat, whoever it is.
Tremendously painful move to the spine.
I hate the referees flooring you in this game. That's like the one thing I can't stand. They stand in the way, you go for a move, not meaning to go for them, and then they fucking floor you.
Oh man, how much damage did that cause to the neck?
I didn't say you could, like, slide across the floor and not take the move, Orton.
I don't think so.
I say best of luck to Randy Orton in this one. This is no ordinary opponent he's up against. That's someone I could see posing a absolutely gigantic threat to Jack Swagger's World Heavyweight Championship reign, come to think of it.
Not fast enough. Brock Lesnar is an animal that is obsessed with being a world champion.
A big fist to the gut.
I'll give Randy Orton credit. He's definitely going toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar, but then, I mean, I thought he was screwed when he was up against Kevin Nash, and he managed to come out with the win. I thought CM Punk was finally going to get retribution last week, and CM Punk didn't get it. Randy Orton is a league of his own, you know. He won the main event of WrestleMania, defeating The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. He's not to be taken lightly. If you beat Randy Orton, you're probably a pretty big deal. You know, you look at Edge's victory, the thing that actually ended Randy Orton's World Heavyweight title reign, not really that impressive, I hate to say. All the guy did was climb a ladder and retrieve a title whilst Orton was looking for new ways to hurt him. He just happened to shift his attention for a little bit too long. I wouldn't really say that was a loss on Orton's part. We all knew that Edge, you know, if that was a one-on-one match, Edge would have just continued getting beaten and he would have gotten pinned eventually. You couldn't climb a ladder and conveniently get a win. Man, they really know how to screw you out of a signature, don't they?
And you're watching the longest-running weekly episodic television show in history. This is Monday Night Raw. Big move,
Randy Orton getting manhandled every time Lesnar gets that bit of control, though.
Brock Lesnar. Orton gets caught off guard. Oh my gosh, did you see his head? Hey!
I think we're in for a very different side of Monday nights with Brock Lesnar now here on the roster.
Does a methodical pace benefit, Kane?
Well, whenever the dominating competitor takes his time,
Lesnar looking to perhaps wrap this one up.
So I don't know.
And there it is. F5.
here, King.
Question is that going to be enough to get the victory on Randy Orton?
We got a cover.
Orton's a very tough guy. No, it's not. That is the answer to that.
Orton is so cunning.
Let's say, very tough guy. Literally just in the middle of saying that.
They had to follow them up with one of the most devastating of moves.
I think that's the thing that irritates me about this game, right? When I have a signature, they will run. They will reverse it and they will run as much as possible. When they have a signature, I don't even know until they've hit it. Oh, that's not good. And that's even worse. Perfect sequence though. And Orton's still up. Brock Lesnar knocking him right back down as he goes for another pin attempt. And it looks like a second F5 was enough. I don't know where he got that second wind from, but it didn't last very long. Well, a lot of people in Raw are about to be in a lot of danger. Brock Lesnar is officially a part of the Raw roster, and he has put an end to Randy Orton's call-outs. That's it. Jack Swagger has got to be absolutely terrified. As we move on to our main event up next, it is a tag team match. CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler are going to team up to face off against Ezekiel Jackson and a partner of his choosing. Well, we are here and it is time for the main event of Raw. Ezekiel Jackson has a surprise partner to reveal to us all, apparently, as CM Punk is set to team up with Dolph Ziggler. Punk, who is still kind of being seen as a thorn in McMahon's side, he decided, well, he may as well pair him up with Dolph, as he doesn't like Dolph either. Choose his partner for him. Pick someone who he's still dubbing a loser, despite beating him. So CM Punk coming on down to the ring. Kane in tow. Kane will be at ringside for this matchup to ensure that things go right for CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler. Also to counteract the almost guaranteed McMahon at ringside. We know McMahon's still... He's got a bit of a thing about Ezekiel Jackson and Vladimir Kozlov. He's been very protective of those two just lately. I'm wondering if maybe that's Jackson's partner, or if there's going to be someone added to it, making it a bit of a trifecta. I don't know. All I know is that McMahon is definitely proud of those guys. So Dolph coming on down, no longer the United States champion. Unfortunately, we even had people saying how great the US title looked on him. He dropped it last week on Raw. I mean, it happens to the best of you. I think this could be the beginning of a turnaround for Dolph, though, with any luck. I think that he could get that title back and be a lot better than his previous one. At the moment, he stands statistically as the shortest reigning United States champion, and that belt's had some pretty short reigns. But Dolph's is the shortest now, with 8 days. His first match he competed in after winning the US title was a title defense. He was forced into against Ezekiel Jackson. He would have won, but went for the involvement of Mr. McMahon. But here's the new champion.
And their opponent, the United States champion, Ezekiel Jackson.
And of course, as to be expected, McMahon is at ringside for this one, in the corner of Ezekiel Jackson. I gotta say, the title does look right on him. He does look ready to be a top star. Jackson's got what it takes. He was promised, it's obvious, well, you know, we can kind of piece the things together. He was promised if he didn't go for the ECW title, if he moved on and helped McMahon at Extreme Rules, he would be rewarded with a US title opportunity. He not only helped McMahon, but he actually pinned CM Punk in that match. And of course, now he's wearing the US title. It seems a little more than a coincidence. But who's the partner? Well, this is definitely not a name we've heard of before, but the size and stature kind of say it all. This is quite an intimidating looking guy, to say the least. Almost kind of reminds me of Batista in a lot of ways. Mason Ryan kind of fits the mold for what Vince McMahon always looks for. You look at the size and stature of Ezekiel Jackson and Vladimir Kozlov, Mason Ryan definitely fits into that. So there you go. It's Punk starting things off against Ezekiel Jackson. And Mason Ryan towering in the corner. My god, he's bigger than Jackson and Punk. And I don't know how he'll measure to Kane. Weird to see Kane not competing in a match. Kane's finally made himself an ally. Something I never thought I'd see. Dolph Ziggler, who already had Jackson's number last week. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. I really do believe Dolph could have beaten Jackson if it weren't for McMahon. Of course, that's why McMahon's here tonight, isn't it? He's going to try and make sure that Dolph doesn't humiliate his United States champion tonight either.
Ziggler a bit quicker on that exchange.
Dolph was all about trying to bring prestige to the US title. He was sick and tired of seeing it go through these short-lived title reigns, and he wanted to do something about it.
Oh my, what a jawbreaker!
He wasn't given the ability to do that, as he was very quickly stripped of that championship in a match just 8 days after winning it. Of course, there's McMahon now, and Dolph playing that one on purpose, that's for sure. I'll tell you what, McMahon's building a bit of a rebellion, though. He keeps targeting certain people. Dolph Ziggler could just as easily align himself with the likes of CM Punk and Kane, and we could be looking at a tag team. That's Mason Ryan's first taste of in-ring action there. I don't know what his skill set is like, but he's definitely got the size that McMahon looks for.
And the massive Ezekiel Jackson counters it, and he's caught.
Size isn't everything, as you're seeing from these two, Dolph Ziggler and CM Punk. They're not exactly massive people. They're certainly bringing it to Ezekiel Jackson right now.
He landed right on his neck from that German suplex.
Tag made to Punk. Punk, who had a very unfortunate career. I think he's got about 18 losses under his name so far. Single digits in wins still. He sometimes manages to get them where they count the most. I think CM Punk and Kane could one day maybe look to go for the tag team titles together. I know it's not quite the championship that either man had in mind when they came into this together, this little rebellion that they formed. They were both eyeing up the world championship. That's what it was all about. It was about the conspiracy against these two by McMahon, in the sense that he wouldn't let them anywhere near the world championship. They had a mutual enemy because he was doing the same thing to the both of them.
Tremendous gladiators here in WWE.
Dolph now, we saw this attempted. Yeah, again, not able to pull them all off though. Let's say we saw this attempted on Raw last week, and Dolph making sure that Mason Ryan doesn't get in the ring. I think Mason Ryan could really wreak some havoc in this match if he was to come in. Not that Ezekiel Jackson doesn't normally. It's just that he's up against world-class competitors right now. World-class competitors that seem to understand a good tag team match. Chemistry between these two has been great. Damn it. I really wanted Punk to kick him.
What great action we've had in this match. What a counter.
High rake there by Jackson. And of course, got to make sure that signature gets weared out. He was successful. Mason Ryan. Jackson was trying to get the tag there, but Ryan wasn't really paying much attention. It's still a newbie. He has a whole lot of experience going into this match. Not a name that's been heard of before. It's not like when Brock Lesnar and Demolition showed up. Kevin Nash.
Oh my, what a massive move off the top rope. And the ref sees the tag. We saw
And Dolph Ziggler connecting with the zigzag.
shoulders down.
And McMahon, of course. Referee, I don't know why he's yelling at Kane.
These athletes seem to
Look
have
at this.
tried
Once again, you could have easily counted to 3. It's just like last week's main event. Dolph Ziggler has Ezekiel Jackson down and out, and it is just not going his way. CM Punk beating the hell out of Mason Ryan on the outside. And Ziggler's had enough.
in harm's way, and they both go down.
Knocking McMahon off the ropes. I don't know if McMahon's been told to leave ringside. No, he's still allowed there. I don't know if you can kick the Raw General Manager from ringside, to be honest.
Watch out here.
Now the pin attempt by Dolph, and of course McMahon there once again.
I don't know how much longer his partner could have lasted.
Oh man, did you hear that?
I think that's the thing. Usually there's a 3-strike rule, but I think McMahon, he's allowed to stay as long as he wants. Ryan's in the ring. Oh, hang on, McMahon. I think he's been kicked, actually.
Nice reversal.
Yeah, I think McMahon's been booted from ringside. Well, things just went from bad to worse for Ezekiel Jackson.
Oh man, he got turned
Things really haven't been going his way anyway.
Teamwork on display in this one as another quick tag is made.
McMahon not going to get to see his secret weapon in action up front. I'm sure that's going to disappoint him a little bit.
The charismatic superstar CM Punk has demonstrated time and again.
Jackson choking out CM Punk. Wow.
Yeah. The only thing more dangerous than his in-ring ability.
Oh, look at
is
this.
that sick and twisted mind of his.
Punk's got him up. Go to sleep. Dolph Ziggler charging across the ring.
Oh, what timing. A few
The referee's still not counting.
And the ref starts to count.
I guess we should have known that the rules would have been bent at least a little bit. We might have a crooked referee on our hands. I honestly thought that GTS could have been enough to get the job done. Are we finally going to see Mason Ryan tagged in?
Look, he's still going. How?
Yes, we are. CM Punk welcomes this newcomer with a few strikes across the face and chest. Punk's going to have to use agility above all else to overcome someone like Mason Ryan. That's always the classic strategy that you go for. How does a Rey Mysterio beat a Kane? Well, he does it with a lot of speed. This is exactly what we're seeing from CM Punk right now. He is all over the place. Keep him grounded. And if you can't keep him grounded, just stay on the offense at all times. Don't give him a second to recover. Big guys apparently recover faster. I don't know how. It's just a thing. If only I had a zigzag, that would have been the perfect setup.
And the sound of human flesh on the ground.
Dolph Ziggler obviously understanding CM Punk's strategy.
Powers out.
Watch out.
These two are all over Mason Ryan.
We saw it all in this match, King. And those
The powerhouse now finally gets a couple moves in.
taking their toll.
Well, I don't know if the head was intensely focused on, but it definitely took a lot of damage.
Mason Ryan, he wants out already. Obviously, a little overwhelmed by the combo of CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler. I mean, these two have been great.
As they hit the double team.
What's Jackson doing? Well, Kane's not going to let him escape or get himself disqualified. Dolph Ziggler needs this win to get a US title rematch.
Tremendous damage to the neck. He's begging for it.
Dolph sizing up, looking to get the job done. Jackson with the reversal, though.
Smart move.
finally gets out of the ring. And now his partner comes in.
What is this? Ezekiel Jackson and Mason Ryan.
Oh, good God. What are they doing here?
Mason Ryan going to try and get some kind of finishing move off on Dolph, perhaps.
Ryan has the arm, man.
Oh, another big power slam. We already have a lot of those. I mean, that's something him, Kozlov, and Jackson all have in common, I guess. But Dolph didn't even stay down for that long.
Ryan comes up with a great counter.
And Kane, of course, now playing the role of McMahon earlier in the night. Showing that that goes both ways. As Mason Ryan seems to have gotten control of Dolph Ziggler. This ain't looking good for Dolph Ziggler right now. Mason Ryan is in complete and utter control. Oh, Kane! That not a disqualification? I think that might be a kick from ringside. No, he's just going to wave it off. He's just going to say, oh, it wasn't me. Punk going to watch his partner's back. Mason Ryan decided to get physical with Kane, and obviously Kane's not allowed to retaliate right now, so CM Punk watching Kane's back. Those two have just been like brothers. They've been so tight together. Wow. Still able to just throw Punk around. Cool. We're now finally seeing the size and stature and durability of Mason Ryan in control, but notice they're not able to keep him grounded as much at the moment. It seems like perhaps all this damage has woken him up a little bit. As I get an email. Jesus! I don't think Punk can do that.
Crushing damage directly delivered to the back. CM Punk, the first ever straight edge heavyweight champion.
He may not be the first ever, he might be the first one to declare it. Not everyone goes around telling people that they don't drink and smoke, right? I don't. Except I'm doing it right now.
Oh, look out! And he goes for the neck breaker. Whoa, whoa!
Well, the control is there over Mason Ryan, but they've got to capitalize, as actually it seems to have just been lost for a moment.
CM Punk told me earlier tonight that he has zero chance of losing this match.
Well, that might be the case, but we're going to have the match anyway.
Well, this is, yeah, this is Dolph's match to win. I suppose that tag out makes a lot of sense in a way. Tag made to Ezekiel Jackson. That's actually the guy that I think Dolph would value pinning more than any other. Realistically, that's the thing. Kane and CM Punk, they're both out here in support of Dolph. This has got nothing to do with them other than sticking it to McMahon. Why do I feel like the momentum just never goes up for the character I'm playing? I feel like I see them do signatures and finishes within like a matter of seconds when I actually let them get control. But like if I can dominate like 90% of a match and I'll only get it like really later on. Dolph Ziggler got all the face busters. He's now looking to get the zigzag off and pin Ezekiel Jackson. That could be it. Mason Ryan off of the ropes, pin from Dolph, and he is going to over the limit with a United States Championship opportunity. A well-deserved one at that. Well, there you go. Dolph Ziggler is headed to over the limit with a United States title opportunity, and while CM Punk may not be on the show, I'm sure he can make it to support Dolph in trying to win back the United States Championship. Well, thank you all for joining me for this episode of Raw as we get ever so much closer to Over the Limit tomorrow night on NXT. I'm sure we'll see perhaps the ECW champion in action. I think it's been a while, and I think Barrett could really afford to return to the show in which he is currently the champion of. So I think maybe we'll see something to do with that. That's all I'm going to say for now, though. Thank you for joining me for a great episode of Raw. A lot happened in this one, and Over the Limit, it's finally starting to look like it's coming together nicely. Just a shame there was no sign of edge or swagger tonight to build that up, but whatever. Doesn't need to be. It's fine.